Hi folks, Junkets here, playing Sailaway, this sailing simulator. And what I've been doing is going through the certain um, challenges. And up until now, the previous ones have been a few, a couple hours or less. And we've accomplished them, let me see, I guess in every case slightly under norm. So now we've come into one called Bering Hardship, which is the Bering Strait. And apparently it's cold. I think if you hover over it, yeah, face the cold Bering Strait like Vitus Bering did in 1728. So and that's going to take a whole week, so obviously they're not going to hang around for all that time. So what I'm going to end up doing is setting a course. So in this particular case, what's going to happen is I'm going to be setting the sails to get the best possible, and I'm going to be setting a course, depending on how much time I'm going to try to actually access the sails themselves with by hand rather than hit the E or Q key and then scrolling through them. So let's check the leaderboard. Obviously this one had a little mistake of some kind and did in 3 seconds, which is ridiculous. Everyone else, the fastest ones were 3 days, and the slowest ones, if I can drag it down here, the slowest ones went up to as much as 5 days. Mr. Full Moon, 5 days, 17 hours, 19 minutes, and 54 seconds. So it's definitely going to take some time, unless I can figure out how to do it in 3 seconds. But this also kind of throws in question some of the other ones. So no one has explained to me yet what these mean exactly. Like the 506 or 206 wind, 209, 9 degrees, 128, 178 wind, what angle that is, or how they get that bearing, or this wind speed, does it vary depending on where you've entered, etc. So, and this is the boat, and a mini transit, so obviously they stumbled in here somehow. Anyway, the 50-foot performance cruiser, which is the one we're on at the moment, and the racer, the one we usually had. So usually it's the performance cruiser, Sailaway cruiser. Whoops. Okay, don't know how we got there. Doesn't have a leadership board on that one. At least I don't think. No, wait a second. Let's just. I'm going off on a tangent here right now. So, no, let's cancel that. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. Activities doesn't even ask me if I want to exit that one. So, yeah, the leadership board starts in the French Riviera. So, yeah, you don't have a leadership board on the early one. So, let's jump right in here and see where it takes us. So we go to the Bering Strait. Yes, we're going to overwrite things. The Bering Strait in 1728, Vitus Bering sailed through. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, which means down the Kamchatka River, north to 60 degrees, 18 minutes. So we're going to go deeply into that, even though, oh, hello, little face up the bottom here. Even though the Bering Sea was named after him, he never sailed east to the other side, but he did determine that Asia and North America are not connected. Your task is to sail from Kamchatka to 67 degrees, 18 minutes north, just like Vitus Bering did. This will be cold, lonely, and tough. Good luck. P.S. Don't forget to set your waypoints on the map and the auto navigation to make sure your boat will sail on when offline. Well, obviously. So everybody's okay here, and we've got our little boat here. And let's see if I can scroll in. Okay, we're going to pass through the starting line, and I assume we're going to end up over here. So we're going to navigate roughly in the same direction, but over these areas. Looks like our depth is good going through here, because I'm looking at that and it's saying between 600 and 500. So keep on going. So obviously, land we're not going to, but we almost go a straight line because these depths are not bad. Well, we're going to cross the problem there, so we obviously have to go through here and pass that little island and end up there, but there's no crossing line here. So what have they got us into here? That's a starting line, and the yellow line is generally for courses. The green line is supposed to be the one we're following, but I don't see any green line. So let's pull one off a bit. No, it's just going to make us follow the course line. Okay, which way is the wind going? The wind is from the north-northeast. So in order to maximize our speed, we'll see going 90 degrees or 45 degrees, roughly 45 would take us in along that area there, which isn't too bad until we get to there. Okay, so we'll play with, was it beams reach or reach? Reach, I think. I can't remember. So obviously I don't know a heck of a lot about sailing, but I've just been playing with this game and picking up a few things. So there's our start line, and there's our boom, and our sail is, foresail is rolled up. So I guess the thing to do to start us going is, well, we're going to start with E and Q here. See if I can find it. Main halyard, that's the one we want. And what are they giving us? The Jenniker, code 0, the jib furrow, the backstay, and the main halyard again. So let's take the main halyard and raise the sail. Hopefully we'll get it out fast enough in order to make the turn. Okay, so let's turn her a little behind that way, so we're going through the line here. So, okay, now, the line is right up ahead. We now have a mainsail up. Let's take a look at our trim, which says the mainsail is too tight, so we have to ease it. Main halyard, main jib, code 0, main reef, main halyard. Okay, let's put the main halyard up 100%. There, now we should get a main sheet. There it is, and it's, the mainsail is too flat. Try to ease the OTOL. Top of the mainsail is too low, so apparently we've adjusted something. Okay, we don't have a reef, so we can use the OTOL of the Cunningham. And so you can either pull the Traveler or ease the sheet. So that's the Traveler. Trying to get a sense if the wind's coming in from that direction. So by easing the Traveler, it's going to go that way, which will take it wider to the wind. So let's try that before we ease the sheet. Traveler. Oh, they want us to pull the Traveler, sorry. Which makes it tighter, I would have thought. Just looking at this lower one here, which popped in when we were partly over here. Let's leave that as somewhere in the center and try to, gosh, the sheet is way back there. We'll try to ease the sheet. Okay, so if we let the Traveler go further that way, it should loosen it up even more. It's at 78 now, but they want us to pull the Traveler, so that to me would make the opposite. Okay, anyway, it's too flat. Let's go to the out-haul. Sheet, furl, jib, coaster, Jennifer, out-haul. And we want to ease the out-haul a bit, which is the line, by the way, that's right there. They want us to ease the out-haul a lot, apparently. Okay, and the Cunningham, which is that one, is to ease the Cunningham, which is the one closer to the mast. Okay, so we're heading straight out on just the mainsail, and it looks like it's happy. Now, what does it want us to do? Is it going to suggest anything for us? It wants us to unfurl the jib to 100%, which, depending on, oh, are we sailing yet? We should be crossing this line pretty soon. We're only going to 1.6, so I guess I can't ask too much of us right now. So let us raise a jib. If I can find it. Now it's over here. Jib halyard is already at 110%, but it's coiled around the halyard, or the front stay. So we want to unfurl it to 100%. Now this is opposite, I think, to what it's suggesting. So it really wants us to unfurl to 0%, whereas the suggestion is you unfurl it to 100%. So we're going to unfurl it to 0%. So now we should be picking up a little speed. Looks like a pretty big jib, by the way. Okay, so our jib, if we follow this, our jib sheet is too loose. So main sheet, backstay jib sheet's too loose, so they want us to tighten it. Okay, and we just crossed the line, so as of now we are in challenge mode. Let's see, the curve of the jib is too far forward. Try to ease the halyard or the backstay. So the halyard, which is way over there. Sheet backstay, main sheet furl, halyard, ease the halyard. Okay, that's correct, that one. It's too flat. Try to ease the halyard some more, I guess. And backstay or pull the lead car forward. Let's try to lead or ease the halyard some more. At 100% tends to get stuck for momentarily. No, it's going to stay at 100%. Or try to ease the car forward. Now the car, okay, the car is right here. We're used to the car that goes in and out, and this one goes back and forward. So anyway, okay, let's start here. They try to ease the halyard and backstay or pull the lead car forward. Now the lead car, I'm assuming, is that one. So looking at it way over here, pull the lead car forward. Okay, so now we're going a little bit faster at 4.2. And looks like we have a dolphin coming along beside us. The top of the jib is too tight. Ease the lead car back. Okay, so once they want to go forward, and the next instant they want us to go back. Lead car. Ease the lead car back. So again, that tightens that up, but that puts that one back in place. So there they want us to go forward or do the other thing. So try to pull the halyard, try to ease the halyard. So that seems to be contradictory. Or the backstay. In this case it's and the backstay. So in this case it wants to pull the backstay or the halyard. In this case it's ease the halyard and the backstay. Okay, let's find the backstay anyway. So let's try pulling on it and see. Okay, that did okay there. So we want to ease the sheet a bit. Oh, put the wrong way. Now it's too loose. Now I just ease the back, or pull the backstay. Now they want to ease it. Pull the lead car. Lead car, you can barely see it over there. So now it's either pull the lead car or ease the lead car. So let's just put it somewhere in the middle. Okay, so now where angle is not so great, let's look at the map. Map. Okay. Okay, let's swing around so that we are further off the wind, which really should be that way, going the opposite. Yeah, going the opposite way though. I want to. So our wind right now is only 4 knots, so we're really kind of dragging things out here. .5, 3.6 knots. I'm pulling the course around so we're closer to 45 degrees, which brings us up to 3.9, 4.0. Okay, we're going a little bit faster. 4.2, 4.3, 4.4. We're up to 4.5. Going at a pretty good pace here, where actually our speed is higher than the true wind, which is good, If I go too much, it's probably going to start slowing down a little bit. 5.2, 5.3, now it's starting to drop, so let's pull it back. We are going faster than the wind. Okay, the wind is actually picking up a little bit, as are we. So let's leave it about there and see what the trim is suggesting. Let's go to the mainsail first. Mainsail's fine. Pull the halyard or the backstay. And in this case, it's ease the halyard and the backstay or the lead car. So those are contradictory, and I'm not going to play with them. Okay, I'm going to clear my throat here. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Now, here we are. As we proceed along, we're just going to leave those two. And we're going to set our course. And from experience, if we go over 5 nautical miles for each course line, it's going to be hard to follow, or it's going to stop following it. So let's pull in a little more. There's a green line there now. Okay, this is 1.2 nautical miles, so we've got a ways we can stretch this out. Okay, that's 4.1 nautical miles, which should, yeah, it takes about 45 minutes to follow that. So let's make it a little shorter. So until we get going here, I'll set the longer distances later on. So right now, we're 19 minutes away from this destination right here. And we're heading off at roughly 5 knots, and our true wind speed is 4.7. So let's kind of play around with that for a while. Okay, the way I'm working the course, by the way, is, okay, let's start back at 0 here. So what you want to do is you want to click on that, and then what you would do originally is you would clear everything and start fresh. It would give you a yellow line pointing in some general direction, and then you move the little lines back and forth until you get what you want. And you have to unlock things here, because if they're locked, then you can't do this. You can't add more waypoints, so you have to unlock. And so Right now we're going at 1.6. That's just by coincidence that we're hitting 1.6 each time. Here's 1.4. We're roughly heading off on that direction right there, the lane that they've set aside for us. We'll have to put a much longer one because overnight it'll travel this distance and then get lost because it won't know where the next waypoint is unless you're under 4.8 or 4.9. So we're passing somebody who I think is at dock here. We just got this far and said the heck with it, we're taking off somewhere. Either that or they're under sail in the automatic mode. I don't know. Does it tell us? It's clicked on him. It says he's from the Ukraine. We can follow him on Twitch. And his name is Ivan, and he's a sailor from the Ukraine. He's got no pictures. He's seeing the Ukraine flag, I'm assuming that is. The stats. Well, it tells us a lot here. How are we doing, by the way? 4.9 knots. Maybe we should play with that a bit, but anyway. He's been active since, well, he just started on the 3rd. Been active since the 3rd. And he's sailed 7, oh wow, he's taken on a heck of a lot. Of course, if he's from the Ukraine, he probably wanted to come up to this one. He's sailed 222.5 miles per day. And on date, on position, beyond 8, at position with the boat Stealth. Races ended in top 3. He's gone through a race. He's completed 10 of the challenges. We've done the French Riviera a couple times. Done the Salem. He went through the same ones we did at first. Did the Bados Run, Cape Verde, and the Sunny Canaries. He did all the same ones we did. That's the distance, I assume. Although I'm not sure what that number is. And he has a few boats and stuff like that. We don't want to get too far into his private things. He has all these badges. Maybe I do too. I should check that out because these are for having completed the challenges. The first trip he's completed. I couldn't get the first one to complete. Anyway, so something new I just discovered. And we're up at 5.6, which is faster than the wind. We are sailing faster than the wind. Okay, gee, I guess pretty much all we have to do legitimately is set course. If I pull off course line for that, I think I will slow down. So I'm just going to stay with the speed I have and adjust the course to meet our needs. We're going to be further and further off course. I'm going to try to edge my way back. So let's take a big picture look here. I will try to adjust my speed here. If it slows me down, I sort of go back on the same speed that I have and keep going straight through. Because we have no problem with the depth particularly. So we'll just stay with our course. And I'm going to show the boat on the map. We're just going to put it right there. This guy must be at anchor or something because we're going to blow right past him here in a minute. Actually, I think we should be able to see him. Let's come up to our bow. Maybe if he's offline we can't see him. How far away? Does it say how far away he is? No. obviously I'm still relatively new to the game here, so I don't know whether I see these guys or I do or don't or what have you. Sailing along at a good pace, 5.8 knots. I don't see another boat there. Let's pull this right down so it's right on top of them and go to here, and we are 4 minutes away from running into them if we went straight that way. So we got 4 minutes to watch out for Ivan from the Ukraine. Don't see anybody at the moment. You probably won't see him. If he's offline, probably go right by the point and not see a thing. Oh wait, no. I was going to say, oh, there's a spot right there, but it's not stirred on the screen. Don't see anybody. How close are we now? We are 3.5 minutes away. So, let me think here. Okay, 3 minutes out. Don't see any problem here. Let's scroll in, see how close we are. Far away, that's 1.4, I think that's what that says. 1.7. It can't be 1.7 because that's too far away. That one is 2.1 nanometers. 1.7, maybe. No, it can't be. Anyway, let's, where'd he go? Still there, hidden in behind. And we are 2 minutes away from passing the point where he is. So I'm not seeing anybody here. So I'm going to pull this back over here so that we don't have says, yeah, I suppose 2.2 nanometer, or saying nanometers, nautical miles from the start point, which is here, so that makes more sense now. But as far as our friend, who is probably only, how far away from this are we right now? We are 0.56, this is distance to waypoint, yeah. We're less than a kilometer, or not a kilometer, a nautical mile away from here, so he must be visible, if he's visible at all, and I don't see him. Yeah, I guess if he's offline we can't see him. Okay, so we're heading again at 5.6, but should be going a little bit faster. And our angle is still between 30 and 60. So let's see if we can, well, 5.3 is the true wind. We're going at 5.6 knots. So let's see if we can ease that up a bit. It's 5.7, 5.8. That's going to vary according to that. We're up to 5.8 now. .9. 6 knots. I'm getting further and further off course, but if we're going a tenth of a knot faster each time, I'm not going to complain. 6.2 knots. You had 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going down. Let's pull back toward the wind a bit. 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. too precise here. Might add a reef or something, but other than that, just adjusting the course a little bit at a time to see if we get to go any faster. Yeah, 5.9 and 6.1, we've gone too far. Let's pull back a bit. It's not going to be instantaneous because the boat's going to move at its own pace. So pretty much stuck around 6.0 at the current wind speed, and it's not suggesting we reef or anything. It looks like our telltales are pretty reasonable. So, okay, so far, we've set the course. We are away from that point. In terms of distance, 0.17 nautical miles and a little over a minute and a half before we reach this point here, at which point we will go on to the next one. Now, holy mackerel, we've already gone to 40 minutes, so I'm going to speed that up and hack it a bit, so I really don't have time to play around. So what I'm going to do is, while offline, I am going to play with pulling the lines manually to see whether I can get any success with that. And I'm going to also set a longer course so that we don't run to the end of the course before the end of our next visit, which will be 24 hours from now. So if you hit the thumbs up button, it'd be great, or the like button. That would be great. If you hit the subscribe button, that would be great as well. But most importantly, leave a comment, especially if you are a senior gamer like myself, and you have some comment about either this game or YouTube or gaming in general, and how you feel seniors are being treated. And as importantly, if you are a marginalized individual in any way whatsoever, either your gender or your gender choice, or your age, your ethnic origin, you name it. I'm sorry, I'm looking at, because we're just passing that. All right, let's just click on that. So now it's considered having been passed. All right, yeah, so leave a comment, let us know what your experiences with gaming are in general. So until next time, please do take care.